Ever wondered about the origin and evolution of Linux? It's a tale that takes us back over half a century, intertwining with the stories of Unix, the GNU Project, and MINIX, all leading up to the creation of the Linux kernel. Our story begins in 1969 with the development of Unix, an operating system birthed at Bell Labs. This system, renowned for its simplicity, flexibility, and power, fast became a stalwart in academic institutions and businesses. It introduced many features we take for granted today, from a hierarchical file system to a command line interface. However, Unix was, and still is, proprietary software. This means that its source code isn't freely available and users must pay a fee to use the software. This was the spark that ignited a revolution in the software world. Fast forward to 1983 and enter the GNU Project, started by Richard Stallman. The goal? To create a complete Unix-compatible software system composed entirely of free software. Stallman and his team wanted to provide an alternative to Unix, a system that every user could study, modify, and share freely. But creating a complete operating system from scratch is no small feat. It requires a myriad of components, from compilers, libraries, utilities, and most importantly, an operating system kernel. This is where MINIX enters our narrative. Released in 1987 by Andrew Tannenbaum, MINIX was a minimal Unix-like operating system designed for education. It was simple, compact, and most importantly, the source code was freely available. MINIX had a profound influence on a young Finnish student named Linus Torvalds. In 1991, Torvalds began working on his own kernel, a kernel that would eventually become the heart of the Linux operating system. Torvalds' kernel, combined with the components of the GNU system, resulted in a complete, fully functional and free operating system. This was Linux, an open-source Unix-like operating system based on the Linux kernel. Linux was released under the GNU General Public License, meaning anyone could use, study, modify and redistribute the software freely. This marked a significant milestone in the history of computing and software development. Today, Linux is everywhere. It powers personal computers, servers, embedded systems, smartphones and more. It's the foundation of popular distributions like Debian, Fedora Linux, Arch Linux and Ubuntu. And all this was made possible by the collaborative nature of free and open-source software. So, to summarize, the evolution of Linux is a journey that began with the development of Unix, spurred on by the inception of the GNU Project, inspired by the release of MINIX, and finally, culminating in the creation of the Linux kernel by Linus Torvalds. It's a testament to the power of collaboration and the spirit of freedom in software development. Linux, in essence, is more than just an operating system. It's a symbol of freedom, collaboration, and innovation. It's proof that when people come together with a shared vision, incredible things can happen. So the next time you boot up your Linux system, take a moment to appreciate the rich history and collective effort that makes it all possible.